The leaked Warzone map gets drowned in a sea of complaints. Warner Brothers questions its gaming business, and the Olympian who can soar gracefully through the air. I'm Ash Dixon, and this is Ginx News. A tsunami of leaks and trailers have swept in for Black Ops 6, and basically everyone is feeling rather chuffed, unless you play Warzone. And to straight up, this is an embarrassingly big leak for Activision and by extension, Microsoft. Info first started spreading like wildfire on Sunday, which has continued throughout the week, and Activision has been impressively fast at dousing those flames. But not fast enough, as there's still tons of stuff to dive into. Now, quick caveat, we obviously don't want this video to be taken down, so we're going to be showing a mix of trailer footage, gameplay from other COD titles, and some handcrafted visual aids. You can look forward to those in just a bit. But with that out of the way, the main bulk of the leak seems to be around the multiplayer. Now, footage has surfaced of the gameplay, showing off the new Omni movement system, along with new guns and maps. Graphically speaking, it really doesn't look great, and people have been quick to dump on Treyarch here, but the leak is from the PlayStation 4 version, so it's really no indicator of what the final product will look like. The names of the 20 multiplayer maps have been leaked too, with favorites like Nuketown and Firing Range making a comeback. I personally hate how COD developers constantly recycle maps. At this point, it's like Groundhog Day on steroids. But I won't complain too much, as there seems to be a decent enough bundle of new maps too. The UI has been updated, along with every achievement making its way online as well. And so far from what we know, Black Ops 6 is all looking pretty damn tasty. A proper campaign, a zombie cinematic trailer has also just been published. Now, that dives much further into the story side of things, which one, I really don't have time to dive into right now, and two, I also just kinda don't really care about. I'm glad they're doing it for those that like the lore side of things, but I don't know, I just like shooting zombies.
Freeze, you crazy
zombie.
But of course, all of that sounds far too rosy. And after all, this is Call of Duty. So here's the kicker. The new Warzone map has reportedly been leaked, and people ain't happy. Again, for legal reasons, I can't show it. So instead, please enjoy this artistic interpretation made by moi. This is Avalon, and you can probably guess why people have major concerns. That's a whole ton of water, and considering traversing rivers and lakes is probably the least fun part of Warzone, that is a terrible ratio of water to land. But overall, it still looks very open and very watery. Who knows, maybe they're planning some quick fun way of traversing between islands. But I'm keen to know your thoughts either way. With this being the first COD to launch on Game Pass, it's going to be a huge release. So, are you happy with what you've seen so far? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments. Warner Brothers might be looking to get rid of some of their video game business. The publisher wants to sell a stake in their gaming operations as they look to stop a serious decline in their stock prices. Basically, a couple of years ago, they merged with Discovery, and seemingly it hasn't gone well. In fact, their share price has dropped by a whopping 70%. So in order to try and claw back some of that money, of course, they're going to sacrifice video games first. It's not like it's the most profitable entertainment industry in the world or anything. But what exactly do Warner Brothers actually make? Let's take a look at the companies you could be investing in. There's Rocksteady, who made the awesome Batman Arkham series and then were forced to make some live service garbage in the form of Suicide Squad. There's Avalanche Software, who made the critically and commercially successful Hogwarts Legacy and are now working on a sequel, which will be a depressing live service game. But don't worry, we have Quidditch Champions coming too. Oh wait, never mind. There's Monolith Productions, who developed the incredible Nemesis system in Shadow of Mordor and then were forced to fill its sequel, Shadow of War, with loot boxes and microtransactions. And there's Warner Brothers Montreal, who made the decent, if not spectacular, Arkham Origins, before being driven to the live service model and creating Gotham Knights, one of the most mid games of all time. Seeing a pattern here? Why would anyone want to invest in a company who continues to drive their talented developers into terrible decisions? Time and again, they've proved that they have no idea how to run a game publisher successfully and disregard any success in favor of whatever buzzwords are popular. Doubtless they'll try and force developer TTs to create some AI Lego game in the not so distant future.
What the
hell is even that?
The thing is though, Warner Brothers do own some great IP, and that will appeal to the suits. Harry Potter, Lego, Game of Thrones, and the DC Universe, they'll all think that these are guaranteed money makers, no matter what absolute their names are slapped onto. So doubtless they will find people to give them money to keep churning out their games, but the chances of them actually being any good, well, I wouldn't hold your breath. Let's jump into the quickfire round. And firstly, are you getting enough sleep? Well, if you aren't, you could be docked points in Street Fighter 6. That's the fate that awaits professional players at the Sleep Fighter tournament taking place in Japan. The event is being sponsored by a pharmaceutical company looking to promote their sleeping drug, Druel. Players are required to get at least 6 hours sleep a day in the week leading up to the tournament. Failure to do so will mean getting penalized 5 points for every hour of sleep deprivation. I guess that means for once that the pros will need to be caught napping. Moving on, the Olympics is in full swing right now, and it has produced all sorts of memes and links to the world of gaming. But for one male gymnast, things go a lot further. As well as winning bronze for the pommel horse, Steven Nedorosik also resides among the top 1.7% of Rocket League players worldwide. His Champion 3 rank is only one away from the top ranking group where the best Rocket League players compete. Amazing, and sports and gaming just doesn't seem fair, does it? And finally, High on Life is getting a TV show. JB Smoove, who provided his voice for the 2022 game, is using his newly formed production studio to help create an animated TV show based on the FPS. Whilst High on Life suffered following the controversy surrounding creator Justin Roiland, the game itself was actually pretty good, full of the sort of humor you'd expect from one of the key men behind Rick and Morty. No word on any release date yet, but it's definitely something worth keeping several of your eyes on. And that's the show for today. Remember to check out our Patreon Ginx Plus, which includes a back catalogue of awesome shows, exclusive content, and votes on what we make. Oh, and there's a 7-day free trial. We'll be back on Friday for more Ginx news.